Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is ThePromG and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, what if you guys today is my favorite covers in my manga collection. Now, this is the second video I've done with this top-down view, kind of showcasing specific volumes in my collection, and you guys absolutely crushed the first one where I showed off my rarest manga, so I figured I'd go ahead and do another one where I get to showcase my favorite covers that I have in my manga collection. I picked out 10 covers, not necessarily in any order that I'm going to be showing them, but 10 of my favorite covers in my manga collection, and we're going to be going over them together. Now, for the sake of variety, I've only picked one cover per series, so like for One Punch Man or Berserk, there are lots of covers that could be my top 10, but I decided to pick one from each maximum just to kind of have more variety in this video. That being said, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So first off, we have Blam Volume 10. Now, this is absolutely one of my favorite covers to one of my favorite series I have in my collection. I'm very blessed to have these in the singles, and Volume 10 is probably my favorite cover of the entire set. As you can see on the front cover, we have Killy here, one of my favorite manga protagonists, just looking really badass with the Graviton blaster. And if you look closely, you'll actually notice that this cover is made up of bluish green and red, no actual gray on Killy himself. I'll kind of bring that closer so you can see. But yeah, it kind of looks like if you're watching a 3D movie without the glasses on, that's kind of the effect you get, and I think it's really cool that they did something like that with this cover. Also, the kind of red, rusted metal in the background behind Killy, I think is a really nice touch as well. And that's extended to this kind of burned effect you have on the text, where it kind of looks like the L, A, and the E and the exclamation point got scorched. I just think all around this is a really sick cover, and definitely one of my favorites in my manga collection. Next up, we have Karakuri Dojo Ultimo, also known as Ultimo. Volume number 6. Now, pink is a color I feel like you don't always see on manga covers or spines, and I'll show you the spine there really fast. But yeah, I just really love how different this cover is. Obviously, you have the bright pink, and then kind of this pearl color. I don't know if you can see it on the actual volume, but it kind of does have this gleam to it that kind of has this pearl marble looking effect. And you can kind of see that on this little pink wisp thing too. There's a lot of cool shine on this. And also the arm extends across the spine and onto the back. You get that nice pattern there. But what really makes me love this volume is just the colors, because pink is something you don't really see that often in manga covers and spines. Next up, we have a big boy, that being the Barnes & Noble hardcover, Volume 1 of Akira. Now, I don't have any of the other Akira hardcovers because they're actually getting reprinted, so I will be picking them up. But as of right now, I don't have any, so I can't think of what the first hardcover looks like with the normal release. But I really love the cover of this first hardcover here. I don't know how well you can see it when I pick it up, but yeah, we have obviously the big bold Akira. Something I really love about Akira is how they do this bold font. Obviously, Akira is known for its visuals, maybe more so than the actual content of the movie. I can't really say about the manga because I haven't read it yet. But yeah, as far as visuals go, the cover is no exception. We have the obviously very bold Akira on the front there and on the back and the spine. And as you can see, maybe you can see Akira embossed right here on the back. And on the front, I believe that says Akira. I don't know if you can see that. But aside from the text, you have this amazing looking picture of Kaneda on the throne with the bike in the background and all these wires and just scrap metal. Really true to the Akira aesthetic. Even if you're not a fan of Akira, the movie or the manga, you cannot knock the visuals. Definitely some of the most top-notch visuals in all of anime and manga. Next up, we have Volume 17 from Bleach. Now we can see Yoruichi very prominent on the cover here. I think that this cover does a really good job of showing off the character's assets. And when it comes to Bleach covers, this one in particular is just as good as it gets. Now, I haven't actually gotten into the manga for Bleach yet, but rest assured that I'm definitely looking forward to getting into this one. Next up, we have another Volume 17. I actually didn't do that on purpose. We have Volume 17 of Doradora. Now, one thing I really like about Doradora is the character design, and I'm not far enough in the series to know who this character is. I mean, come on, just look at this. Like, the attention to detail with this character design is just absolutely crazy, and really is true to the story with the grittiness of it. There you can see on the back, it even extends. You have some corpses or something there. I'm not even really sure, but that is just, I don't know what that is. It really makes me excited to keep reading this story. But yeah, you also have the nice contrast between the white and this gray and the black. It really makes the character and all the details in the character design really pop. So yeah, can't wait to get to this volume to see who this amazing looking character is. Next up, we'll talk about a series that I actually have read, believe it or not, and that is Berserk, Volume 12. Now, if you've read Berserk, you'll know that these Volume 12 through like 14 are just some of the most iconic volumes in Berserk, obviously at the peak of the Golden Age arc. That being said, this Volume 12 has just some iconic imagery when it comes to the Golden Age arc, and just one of the most infamous scenes in the whole manga, or at least leading up to one of the most infamous moments in the entire series. Here you can see the Behelit hatching with our man Griffith emerging, and I won't spoil anything. You kind of get that from the beginning of Berserk, that he does something really bad. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I really like this cover as well because the dark color up here kind of blends in to the spine, and yeah, just wraps around. Almost feels like this cover extends, even though it doesn't. Also, you get some amazing detail on Griffith's wings there. I'm not sure of his actual name when he hatches, but I'm just going to call him Griffith. You get some amazing detail. Hopefully you can see it there with his wings and on the egg itself. There were a lot of covers I could have chosen for Berserk, but this one is definitely in my favorites. Up next, we have Gantz Volume 20. Now, if you know anything about Gantz covers, you'll know that they're all basically the same as far as the formula goes. Basically, this is all the same depending on what part of the arc you're in. It might be red or white. But then up here, you have an actual image. This is by far my favorite cover in all of Gantz. First of all, blue is my favorite color, so I really like all of the blue ones here. But yeah, Volume 20 in particular is a turning point in the manga. And yeah, these two characters facing off is just super cool. We have the vampire and Kay. They have a little bit of a conflict in this volume. I'll leave it at that. But it's just such an amazing volume. And every time I see this, I'm just reminded of how amazing the volume was. I really love the Gantz character design, especially with the vampires in suits. So I think that anytime they're on the cover, it's just super, super cool. You can also see the back there. There he is with the sword and the cigarette. Very classic. This is also one of the rarest volumes in the entire series in the singles, so I'm just really blessed to have this one in particular with this amazing, amazing cover. Next up, we have my favorite cover in Vinland Saga as far as the hardcovers go, that being Book 10. We have Garm on the cover here. Garm is definitely one of the coolest characters in my opinion in Vinland Saga, so I'm very glad that he got his own cover here. Just this really cool idea with him. He has a spear, which actually extends. He's just a master with this weapon. I also like him because he's like this slender, agile, quick character, and he uses a spear to his advantage based on that fighting style. Now, there's not a whole lot going on in the background of this one. As you can see, there's kind of some smoke or something like that, but that kind of helps it to be simple and bring out Garm, who is obviously the focal point of this cover. As you can see, the blood dripping off the spear. Again, just such a cool character and a cool weapon, and you have the purple on the spine and the back. Just one of my favorite colors, again, alongside blue, and I think that it looks really good on this cover in particular. Next up, we have Volume 15 of Knights of Cydonia, and this is definitely my favorite cover in the entire series. Also, I apologize if there's any glare on this one. There is a plastic cover on this one just to protect the cover from dust, and I don't know how to take it off because that's how I got it, so apologize for that if that's there. But anyway, I really like this cover because obviously it's not perfect symmetry, but if you go right down the middle, you know, it's basically the same on each side. It's just super clean. Again, you have the contrast between the white and the darker gray and his black hair, and the red text that pops out on the front. I also mentioned in my Knights of Cydonia manga review that I really like his stoic expression because it kind of shows his development as a character from where he started at the beginning to this hardened pilot who's determined and really has this goal that he needs to accomplish in this volume. But yeah, all those things combined just make this an absolutely insane looking cover to me. Just the amount of detail and the signature Tetsumonihei artwork with the bodysuit and just the kind of sketchy art style really makes this one special. And the final cover I'm going to be showing off today is Volume 17 of One Punch Man. Now, kind of like with Berserk, like I mentioned at the beginning, there were so many covers that I've chosen for my favorite from One Punch Man. You know, you got Volume 7 with Lord Boros, you got 11 with Metal Bat, Volume 18 with Garo, just some absolute classic and really just amazing looking covers, but I had to go with Volume 17 as my favorite. Now in the manga, we haven't seen too much of Zombie Man, but he's definitely one of the coolest looking characters, and it definitely shows on this cover. I really like the pose that he's striking with the axe in one hand, and he's balancing this big ass gun on the other. Just a really cool stance, really cool weapons, but obviously the coolest part about this is the gun and the axe. Just two badass weapons, a combo I don't know I've seen anywhere else. Really unique. And yeah, this is probably my favorite cover in all of One Punch Man. So that's a wrap up this video showing off my favorite covers in my manga collection. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. Also, make sure you go check out these social media links that I've left in the description below. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.